Hey y'all, so I am in standstill traffic, so I figure I might as well just release what I feel God has placed in my heart. About a week or so ago, a friend hit me up telling me that she had a vision or dream about me. Um, and this has happened, I think, twice with this particular individual. Her and I don't really even talk like that or speak or anything. She'll just literally just hit me up when God gives her a vision. I don't even know if she fully believes that it's God, but I know it's God. So anyway, she told me in the vision she saw me surrounded in like green ribbon. And so I was like, but she said a bolt of green ribbon. So at the time I didn't know what bolt meant. I thought bolt was like lightning bolt. So I'm like, she saw a lightning bolt and like a green ribbon. So when I hit her up to elaborate more, she's like, well, a bolt is like a thread, a large I guess ribbon wrapped around a large spool, or wrapped around like the cardboard where you go to like Michael's or Joann Fabrics or whatever, and they have the material wrapped around something. She said that she just saw tons and tons of green, shiny, like an emerald green fabric, like a ribbon, pretty much. Not pretty much, she said ribbon. So I was like, whoa. I already knew, like, immediately it reminded me of a dream I had. I had a dream of a single strand green ribbon, like floating outside, like amongst buildings, just like floating through like a town or a city or whatever. And I found out like that I was pregnant with my daughter at the time. So that was like, she's 4 now. That had to be like 4 or 5 years ago. And so, but when she said this green ribbon, I automatically thought of that dream. And so at the time when I had that dream, I didn't know what it meant. I looked up green ribbon, and you'll find some things like, but what stood out to me the most was like the meaning, or the biblical meaning, or the biblical color or definition of what green is. And green represents new birth, new beginnings, even vegetation. Like you see green shrubbery, you see green grass, you see plants, you see trees. Like all this is in a new season, newness, and it happens around like springtime, early spring, especially if you're like, if you live in New York or whatever, where literally you don't see any green until like it's warmer. But Houston, there's a green all year round. But anyway, primarily when spring comes, that's when things bud, that's when things bloom, and grow, and you start seeing green, So again, the meaning, biblical meaning was vegetation, new birth, new beginnings. And I even seen one definition saying it's the color of resurrection, things rising, things being brought forth. I should have went down that street. Things coming about. And so at the time though, I only saw the new birth thing around that time when I had the dream. So when my friend brought up this dream this time, her own dream, I went in more depth looking for this meaning of, what could this be? And so, like, again, when I said, she gave me more of a definition of what she saw, or more of a description. She said it was a bolt of just green, just ribbon material, just all over me. And I wish I could give you guys the image. I'll probably have it as a thumbnail for this video. She sent me pictures of what she saw. And so compared to the little strand of a ribbon I saw, it was just mad material, just mad ribbon, right? So the difference for me, I'm like, okay, that guy was telling me, was like, you're pregnant. And it was regarding one thing. But when my friend saw all of this bolt of ribbon, all, this material, and she said shiny green fabric all over me and surrounding me, it just meant like, it's all happening at once, and it's all coming from all angles. And honestly, that is what's happening in my natural life, like manifestation wise. Like, I don't know if you guys, if you guys know me personally. If you're already following my page, you kind of know a little bit, because I am kind of like a little present on social media, where I posted God gave me a new house. I've been in my house almost 6-7 months now. A new house, a new salon. I just got a new salon. a month ago or two ago, probably 2 months now, the end of February. We moved in, started working in the new space March 1st. And I literally just got my new car, which I'm in right now, a 2021 Toyota 4Runner, brand new, one owner, 55,000 miles. Not brand new, but brand new for me. It is actually like the first car I actually was excited to get. Any other car I got before was like just getting things for like knowing my daughter was coming, knowing my daughter was on the way. You know, it was like a car to prepare for, a child. This was the first car I was like, okay, I want this car. And so how that happened, I ended up being in a flood, or, my car got flooded. That's neither here or there, but I ended up having to be in a rental, and that car is still being worked on and fixed, but I had to be in a rental, because, my car was completely, it was shut off. It wouldn't come back on. And so one of the rentals, I was in two rentals, one of the rentals I was in love with, and it's the exact car I ended up having. So at the time when I had the rental, I was posting like, oh yeah, you got, God, if you want me in a new car, just say that. Jesus says this is the car for me, say that then, playing around. And not even 2-3 weeks, not even a full month later, I'm in the exact same car, make, model, color that I was in that rental. Insane. So, but to wrap this up, like I'm like, new things are just falling in my lap. And I don't want to say falling because it's been ordained. It's God's blessings, and blessings don't really fall on you. They're given to you by the Lord. But it explained that what my friend saw, because at the time I'm like, okay, I'm not really sure what this dream meant. I know I ain't pregnant. So I'm like, okay, what could it mean this time? And so once she sent me the image of what she saw, or like a representation, I'm like, okay, this got to do with all the newness that's surrounding me, that's happening. And so I just want to say to whoever, this is for, that number one, if you're seeing green in a dream, you might want to go ahead and accept your new season. But we are in a new season. Christ was, resurrected. We just came out of resurrection season. This, again, we are in spring. Spring just began, a couple of weeks ago. What is a month ago? March. We're now in April. So we are in the season of new. And then God also told me, like, this is your new year. Like, Happy New Year. This is your new year. So, things are coming and or returning back new. Anything God's promised, anything he spoke of, he told me I was going to get a house last year. I was trying to get my own car last year. I was trying to get a new salon last year, and I was trying to do it in my own strength. And even in the order that I was trying to do it in wasn't the order God was having for me. If it was up to me, I would have had my salon first and paid off my car, which is what I was trying to do, pay off my car and then possibly get a new car, but pay off my car to begin with, just so my credit is better. And I wanted to ultimately buy a house. So, but I'm like, you know what? I'll do the house last. I'll get a house last. Who cares about where I live? I'll just get in a new salon and deal with that. And God was like, no, get your house in order. You're getting a house. And so I got multiple signs and stuff about that. And I actually should post, I need to post throwback testimonies, because I kind of like, I usually testify on like my Instagram or something. I'm going to try to take those videos and like share them here, so you guys can, have a flashback of what I was going through at that time. So like, I was getting so many no's, even for the house. I was getting so many no's. But God was showing me signs. Like, I kept getting things regarding keys, or you're moving, it's time to move. I even saw a license plate where I believe said boxes. Like, it was getting real. Like, it was really real. And so to me, I had to order how I wanted things to go, though. And so God was like, no, you're going to do this, and then you're going to do this, and then you're going to do this, and this is going to happen. And so, like, make no mistake, we are in the season of new. Period. And I got my green on. Green happens to be my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. Probably, definitely top choice. But anyway, I'm just learning, though, that green is the color of resurrection. And so I'm like, even after all that investigating, I'm like, God, who made up these color meanings? Like, who decided like what color will be what? And so I read another article saying, like, biblical colors, like, green being, newness and beginnings, blue being hope, and yellow being the color of trials. And so, like, as I'm reading that, like, I'm like, I don't know if the Holy Spirit or what, it's just like, nah, that do make sense, because when you see green, it's usually vegetation, things growing, things budding, things planting, spring. And then when you're hopeful, when you're praying about something, you're usually like, if you're hopeful, like, you're looking up, like, sky's the limit, right? So you're looking to the sky. What color is the sky? Blue. That's hope, right? And usually when you're going through trials or whatever, it's really like you're pushing through them, like you're fighting through them. And so that being trials, like, even in the Bible, it says we'll work until, like, man will work until dust or whatever, till he's dust in the ground. You're going to be working. And if you equate work and labor, especially like in the sun, like where we're sweating, the sweat of our brow, all that is work, all that is effort, all that is trials, all that is tribulations as well. Like, so that yellow, excuse me, my allergies, so that yellow definitely makes sense to mean trials. Because when you're in the sun being yellow, when you're in the sun, you're sweating, like, dang, it's hot, like, what's going on? Like, I gotta get in the shade, I gotta get in the coolness, like, it's like an effort. It's like you're going through something, literally, to the point that your body is you're sweating, you're overheated, you know what I'm saying? Your body's trying to cool itself down. So I'm like, yo, God, that makes sense. So anyway, if you are seeing green, if you feel like this is your season of new, if God is telling you this is your season of new, Happy New Year. It's just a matter of time where you're going to be surrounded by the things that God told you was going to happen, or shown you that was going to happen, if you're not already walking in it. So it's a couple things I'm personally still waiting for, but obviously God is going to do things in the order that he wants to do them. So although I may not like the order or the things that I have to go through to get the promises he has for me, I know what he said. So Happy New Year, celebrate. Wear green if it makes you happy. Green, I think they also equated it to blessings, like financial blessings. Obviously money is green. There you go with that. Just don't be green with envy. We ain't doing that. So yeah, just walk into your season of new and enjoy the blessings. And if you are having trials, keep your hope, because when you mix a blue and yellow, you get green. That just came out of nowhere. That was bars. But anyway, I'm going to pick up my daughter now. I am driving now, so this is kind of like not safe anymore, but I was in a standstill, so I'm just being obedient and releasing what God gives me. And I'm trying to do better at that. Sometimes I am so frustrated, I don't even want to pick up my Bible. Sometimes I'm so frustrated, I don't want to keep hearing the same things over and over. But this is what it is. So, Happy New Year, and someone's calling me. All right, you guys. Bye.